Okay, so I know I usually post these videos on the day that solicitations come out, but when these solicitations dropped, it had information regarding Ranger Academy, but not only that, during that weekend it was Comic-Con, and we had all that comic news of the stuff that will be coming out later on throughout the next couple of months. So I kind of didn't jump on the solicitation videos right away, but now I'm talking about them. So I'm either going to post this video on the day before issue 110 drops, or a couple of days later. It depends. We'll see what happens. But we now have some solicitations for Power Ranger comics coming out in October of 2023. So we've got Ranger Academy dropping on October 4th. Now, I've made my video already talking about Ranger Academy. It's doing pretty well because I think I titled it all right and people are checking it out. So if you don't know the premise of Ranger Academy or you haven't watched that video, I'll sum it up before you go watch that video right now. But basically, Ranger Academy is Power Rangers meets My Hero Academia, is what Boom is selling it as, or I'm selling it as Power Rangers meets Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Pick your poison, whatever you want to describe it as. Either way, it sounds like a really interesting concept where Rangers, or people are training to be Rangers in this academy made by Zordon, and there's some mystery behind the Green Ranger being erased from history. So that is the premise of this issue. But yeah. I'm really excited to read Ranger Academy. I'm going to be covering it on the channel as it comes out monthly, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'll be covering it monthly because we're going to have 2 Power Ranger comics to talk about when October rolls around. It's been 1 for the longest time, but now we're going to have 2 again, which is great. But yeah, Ranger Academy, I am definitely looking forward to talking about when it drops in October, and I'll be covering it from when it begins to when it ends, which is going to be ongoing, so no idea when it's going to end, but either way, I'm excited to read it. So that will be coming out on October 4th, so mark that on your calendars. And then we've got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 113, which will probably be what the video is titled about and what the main sell of this video is going to be. So Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 113 is coming out on October 25th. That is near the end of October, so it looks like we're going to have Ranger Academy near the start of the month, and then MMPR near the end of the month. So let's talk about this issue, because it sounds really cool. But not only that, let's open some tabs with the covers. Oh, I zoomed in. Okay, so let's read. The 3rd chapter of the groundbreaking Darkest Hour event continues as the number of corrupted Rangers pouring through the Master Arch becomes overwhelming. But this time, they're taking captives. I nearly said cactuses. Oh, I cannot speak today. So it sounds like we're going to have more corrupted Rangers coming through the Arch. No idea what Rangers there will be. In issue 110, we've seen in the preview pages that the Wild Force Rangers have been turned evil, so maybe we'll see different Rangers from different series being corrupted by Dark Spectre's influence. I would love to see later Rangers from like the Hasbro era or the Neo Saban era or the Disney era come through and be evil and fight Dark Spectre, and then you've got the MMPR team facing off against them. But not only that, the Hyperforce Rangers will be playing a role in this issue as well, along with Taylor from Wild Force, if you haven't read Power Rangers Hyperforce yet. Spoilers, I probably spoiled that for the people who haven't read it yet, but that's what we're dealing with. So, as Trini seeks answers from the only beings who may be able to provide them, I'm guessing that's the Emissaries or the Morphin Masters, a powerful Pink Ranger flexes her powers to help Kimberly. But will it be enough as Dark Spectre's infectious corruption spreads out throughout time and space? So, hearing that it's a Pink Ranger flexing their powers, it's probably going to be Chloe from Hyperforce. Hyperforce is going to be playing a role in Darkest Hour, and I can see Chloe with her Battleizer flexing it all over Kimberly just to show how powerful she is and stuff like that. I can see that happening. I don't know what other Pink Ranger we could be seeing in Darkest Hour. I mean, there's a lot we could pull through or pull from with the Master Arch being open up, so we'll have to wait and see. Like, there's so many Pink Rangers we could be running into if the Master Arch is going to do a sort of like shattered grid thing where time and space gets all wibbly wobbly. So We could see anyone, but I think it's Chloe, because Chloe and Kimberly, I feel like they're going to butt heads in Darkest Hour, and their personalities are definitely probably going to clash at first, especially with everything going on with Kimberly in this current story arc, or in Recharge that's probably going to be leading into Darkest Hour. So, we'll see what happens. And I think that Trini will probably be seeking out the Morphin Masters or the Emissaries, because the Emissaries we haven't seen for a while. The blue one said he went off to try and find the others, so who knows if he's found them by now, but we'll have to wait and see. So, we'll find out. But either way, let's look at the covers. We got the main cover here, which is all the Rangers, and they're striking a really cool pose. And then we've got Zombie Tommy. I think I skipped an issue. Let's look at them. We'll talk about the main cover. Let's talk about the main cover, then we'll talk about the Zombie Tommy. So, here's the main cover. I freaking love these covers from Tora and Clark. They look really freaking sweet. We've got the Death Ranger on here, once again. They're always looking menacing, but this art style makes it even more creepier, as you just see the teeth and the gums and the grayed outness from it. And then, like, the Rangers that are in the visor, and it looks like they're trapped in there, which is even more freakier. So the Death Ranger being back is kind of a huge threat, and I need to make a video to talk about how much of a threat the Death Ranger is, because I feel like the Death Ranger is probably one of the most powerful Rangers we've had in Ranger history. I know comic-wise, yes, and then people would argue what would it be show-wise, but the Death Ranger would probably school a lot of Rangers that we've met in Ranger history right now. But not only that, several villains we've met throughout the history of Power Rangers. So the Death Ranger is quite the threat. And then we've got the zombie one. I'm definitely going to be collecting these zombie variants. I'm a huge fan of them. Issue 111 is Kimberly, issue 112 is Matt, and then issue 113 is going to be Tommy. So I'm glad we're looking at these zombie variants as they come out, and we get a good look at them when solicitations drop, because these zombie covers are probably some of my favorite covers we've had in recent times. And then we've got the helmet cover, which is kind of a weird one, because I know that the Death Ranger had like a civilian head, but I just thought like the helmet just became, like the head became like the teeth when they morphed, but I guess not. I don't know how that works, but it's a cool cover, I will say that. I do like these covers, and I'm glad they're bringing them back, because I think Matt is on one of them, and then I don't know who's going to be on the next one. They're probably going to do one for all the Draken Rangers, no doubt about it, if the Draken Rangers show up in Darkest Hour, which they probably will. And then Hyperforce they might do some for, no doubt about it as well. So that's what those covers look like. Let's close all these and talk about Recharged Volume 3. So that's coming out in December 20th. So this volume, Volume 3 of Recharged, it's going to contain Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 107 to 110. So 107 is the start of Mistress Vile invading Earth, and they have the showdown with Matt, and issue 107 ends on the cliffhanger with Draken breaking Kia out of the vault, and then issue 110 is the one that's dropping this week, and that will end on the big, basically the prelude leading into Darkest Hour. I can't say much about issue 110. I gotta be quiet about it. But you guys are gonna freaking love it. I don't know if I'm dropping this after the review or before the review, but if I drop this before the review, I'll just be quiet and say you guys are going to love issue 110, and I'll leave it at that. But anyway, guys, what do you think of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 113? Do you have any predictions? Do you have any theories? And what are your thoughts on Ranger Academy? Are you going to be picking up Ranger Academy? I made my video talking about it, but I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. So with that said, I think I'm going to bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Also, shout out to Ranger Command Power Hour for having this information on their website. Boom Studios does send me out the solicitations themselves as well, but it's nice to have all of this on our website for me to view and sort of scroll through and talk about with you guys. So special thanks to them. Eric's a cool guy. Go check out their podcast, go check out their channel, and give them a watch, give them a listen, and give them a follow. So with that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this video, like I said, hit all those buttons, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, take care, bye.